Tonight, we report on negotiations for fire services between Quincy and Grant County Fire District 3 and what the Moses Lake City Council decided about allowing a marijuana growing operation in the city. What's happening in sports, Bob?
The Mariners pick up a bounce-back win over the Rangers, and the Moses Lake Chiefs football team has high hopes for the upcoming season. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
It was another hot one out there this afternoon, but we do have a very active storm track across the border. I will let you know how that will impact our weather in a minute.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
The city of Quincy rejected a counteroffer for fire services from Grant County Fire District 3. Grant County Fire District 3 officials are asking the city to agree to a mediator to help settle on a contract. The city and the district have been negotiating a new contract for more than 2 years. The district recently sent an offer to the city for a 7-year contract with annual increases of between 2% and 4%. Both sides stated they wanted to continue moving forward with an agreement. The Moses Lake City Council decided to work on allowing a marijuana processor to operate in city limits. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
Moses Lake may allow marijuana producers to operate in the city. In a 4-2 vote, City Council members asked staff to research whether it was possible to allow a marijuana-producing business in a light industrial zone. The decision came after Moses Lake businessman Alan Haru returned to the City Council Tuesday to argue for allowing his brother to operate a marijuana-producing business in the 1400 block of Wheeler Drive. City Manager Joe Kavinsky and City Attorney Catherine Kennison explained the city denied the business permit because marijuana producers are considered agricultural business. The city presently doesn't allow new agricultural businesses to operate within the city limits. They stated the already existing farms along Wheeler Road are allowed because they were farms when the city annexed the land. Haru argued the state doesn't define marijuana producers as an agricultural business. He has received offers to assist in a lawsuit against the city if the city doesn't allow the business. For iFiber One News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Thank you, Cameron. The Gorge Amphitheater will have an easier time with improvements. The Grant County Commissioners approved a change to the zoning for the amphitheater from recreation development to master plan resort. The change affects the 415 acres around the amphitheater. Associate Planner Tyler Lawrence previously explained the change would make it easier for the county and Live Nation to move forward with possible plans to add commercial buildings and rental units to the amphitheater. Several people commented on the impacts of concert goers, such as traffic. Many of the areas would be addressed when applying for subsequent permits for construction. A driver was injured in a Wednesday morning crash north of Moses Lake. Grant County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Ken Jones said the driver was heading south in the 11,000 block of Road M northeast when he veered off the road. The vehicle hit a utility pole and rolled, ejecting the driver. The driver was airlifted to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee with life-threatening injuries. The male driver has not yet been identified. Road M Northeast was closed between roads 10 and 12 Northeast as deputies investigated. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local community since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Hi folks, good to be with you once again. I'm meteorologist Miguel Montoya from the One News Weather Center. Your weather forecast is being brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. These are the headlines making news. Summer quickly winding down, but still clinging to life, hanging on, although not as hot for the remainder of the work week along the Columbia Basin with highs mainly in the 80s. However, even some 70s for highs as we head into the holiday weekend, and no major storm systems in sight across our area. Quite hot out there this afternoon, made it well into the 90s here in Ephrata, middle 90s or about 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. You will notice those sunsets quickly heading in the other direction during this time of year. Moses Lake, you also made it into the middle 90s, almost a record high, but not quite there. Either way, it was a hot one out there today, and it's still quite toasty out there at the present time with sunny skies overhead. Temperatures running in the upper 80s to the low 90s. Dew points are in the 50s, so humidity levels have crept up once again. Winds out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour, shifting around to the west as we head through tonight and on Thursday. The main storm track remains off to our north, and that's where it will stay over the next couple of days. What it will do, it will begin to cool us off over the next 24 hours. So still above normal for this time of year on Thursday afternoon, just not as hot with respect to today. And then we get another storm system that's currently up in Anchorage, Alaska, and the Gulf of Alaska, diving southward over the next couple of days. And that will bring us a big cool down as we head into Friday and especially this upcoming weekend. For Thursday, temperatures in the 70s along coastal areas, maybe some fog early on, otherwise partly sunny. But along the Yakima Valley eastward into the inland northwest, we remain in the 80s. I think we will remain in the 80s. A few spots might flirt with 90 degrees, 89 in Ephrata, but like I said, not as hot with respect to today. Pretty much running in the middle to a few upper 80s with plenty of sunshine overhead. So here's your extended forecast. We'll knock things down a little bit on Friday, and especially this weekend. It will be dry along the Columbia Basin, although there will be some shower activity along northern parts of our state, and we may begin to warm up once again as we head into Tuesday before cooling down by the middle of next week. Well, folks, your weather forecast was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. As usual, we will be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how did you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive, including Tundra. Now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. With the local book telephone directory, it's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
The Moses Lake Chiefs football team has its sights set on making a return trip to the postseason this year. Reporter Sean Wells caught up with Coach Todd Griffith to find out how they plan to do it.
The Moses Lake Chiefs are ready for another playoff run. With a lot of starters coming back, expectations are high. Head coach Todd Griffith sees this team taking the next step.
Expectations are high. We had a bad taste in our mouth. We got in there and we thought we could have played better against Chihuahua. I think, we kind of lost the game before it even started, to tell you the truth. So, these kids, they realize that. Our summer's best program we've had so far in the summer, all the way across the boards.
Senior quarterback Easton Castro wants to end his high school career on a high note. Coach Griffith thinks he has the tools to do so.
Yeah, Easton's coming back from last year. He came in as a junior and started, which is, a tough order. I think we had a pretty tough schedule, playing everybody twice. He did a great job last year, managed the game well. I think he threw the fewest interceptions. His QBR was the best in the league. He didn't have the most yards, but he took care of the ball and it didn't hurt us. And he made the big throws when we needed them.
Moses Lake takes on Southridge at home on September 5th to kick off the season. Coach Griffith says his team is ready.
We put in a lot of time. All off season, I have these kids 365 days a year. I have them in weight training all the time, so I see them all school year and I see them all summer. And I see how hard the kind of work they put in, and I'm excited to get them on the field, just see what they can do and let them play and get after it. And I know they are too. But September 5th, here we come.
For iFiber One News, Sean Wells.
Tomorrow we'll take an inside look at the Chiefs girls soccer team and find out if they have what it takes to repeat as Big Nine champs. The Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors are working on conditioning drills as they prepare for the opening of the 1B football season. ACH is looking for a bounce-back year after finishing 4-6 and not qualifying for the playoffs in 2013. Dallas Isaac returns as the top signal caller for the Warriors. Senior Jacob Vogel will anchor the offensive line. Coach Brandon Walsh has Odessa Harrington as the team to beat this year and sees his Warriors finishing in the middle of the pack and making it to the postseason as a lower seed. ACH opens the season on the road in Hanford with a non-league game against Liberty Christian September the 5th. The Mariners shut out the Rangers last night to even their 3-game series at Safeco Field. James Paxton pitched into the 7th, Robinson Cano hit his 12th home run of the season, and Seattle beat Texas 5-0. Paxton threw a career-high 118 pitches and lowered his ERA to 1.71, the best mark for a pitcher in his first 11 major league starts since 1990. Cano's towering 2-out home run in the first opened the scoring for the M's. It was his 71st RBI of the year. Seattle broke open a 2-run game in the 5th, with the big blow coming by a double by Endy Chavez. The Seahawks will forfeit 2 days of on-field minicamp practices next year. Seattle was flagged for violating NFL policy for excessive physical contact during this year's minicamp. The league confirmed the penalty on Tuesday and noted Seattle would be fined $300,000 for the infraction. We'll be right back after this.
Game time.
Papa's in the house.
Wow, what's all this?
I'm all about stats. For instance, have I got some numbers for you? Papa John's, a leader in online ordering.
You bet, Jim.
You were the first pizza company to offer it nationwide. What's the secret?
Jim, it's the pizza.
To celebrate our online leadership, get Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza for just $12.
Better ingredients,
better pizza,
and a better way to get it, papajohns.com.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a cat. Not a cute and cuddly kitty, but a cat that is becoming a nuisance for one neighborhood. For CNN, reporter J.C. Larson has the story.
This is the aftermath of a cat attack. Near all the scratches are 2 little marks, what David says were made by the cat's teeth.
That looks like a bite mark.
to me.
It happened in front of the house where we found this guy relaxing hours later. David says this cat looks very similar to the cat that left him bloody.
The cat jumped off a fence and ran towards the dogs and myself. I got in the way of the dogs to try and protect the dogs, and the cat latched onto my leg and scratched it.
This photo was taken moments after David and his dogs got away.
I was just a little bit panicked, I guess, so to get out of there as quickly as I could.
This cat's owner says he doesn't attack people, but he has run up to dogs before. The cat's owner says she was not home during this most recent incident.
We probably chased about half a block, I guess.
Carrie Smith and Heinz had a run-in last summer with a cat who looked like this guy outside the very same house.
We were across the street, and I saw this cat sitting on the porch with his people, and I just noticed the kitty, and all of a sudden it just launched off the porch and came like screaming at us.
She and Heinz got away, winded but not harmed. She now feels lucky that she didn't end up like this on a morning walk.
It's a good reminder to have your cats spayed and neutered and to find them a home instead of abandoning them. Cats without homes can become feral and can cause a lot of problems. But sometimes a trip to the vet can be an adventure. A dog is blamed for causing an accident today in Denver, North Carolina, north of Charlotte. Ingrid Zeifer was taking her dog to the groomer when she recognized the building and went a bit crazy. Ingrid said, quote, "She doesn't like to be in here. She saw the building and I held her on the leash and she jumped on my right foot." Ingrid says her dog was on the floorboard so she couldn't hit the brake. Her car slammed into the building and knocked it off its frame, but no one inside was injured. And we'll be right back after this.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said, sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Welcome back. A woman allegedly fell asleep behind the wheel on State Route 28 and collided with an SUV. Carolina Isla, a 22-year-old Quincy woman, was driving a 1995 Subaru Legacy west on the highway Tuesday evening when she reportedly fell asleep, crossed the center line, and hit a Nissan Pathfinder going the other way. According to the Washington State Patrol, the Pathfinder stopped and was blocking both lanes, causing police to close the highway for about an hour. Isla was uninjured, and the Pathfinder's driver, Christina Compton, a 39-year-old Anacortes resident, and two boys in the SUV were not injured. One of the SUV's passengers, Stormy Fulton, a 25-year-old Anacortes woman, was injured and taken to Columbia Basin Hospital. The State Patrol reported the collision was caused by Isla falling asleep and cited her with negligent driving in the second degree. A traffic stop led to the arrest of two Moses Lake residents for possession of heroin and a dangerous weapon early Saturday morning. Moses Lake police stopped a vehicle in the 1000 block of East Broadway Avenue for expired tabs. The driver, Juan Hernandez, a 36-year-old Moses Lake resident, was allegedly unable to provide a driver's license and provided the officer with a fake name. Police allegedly found a small case in his pocket that contained heroin. A passenger in the car, 23-year-old Isaac Bergeson, allegedly had heroin, prescription medications, and a knife in his backpack. Hernandez was booked for possession of heroin and driving while license suspended in the first degree. Bergeson was booked for possession of heroin, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of a dangerous weapon. In Northwest news, a small plane crashed shortly after takeoff from Chehalis Centralia Airport, killing the pilot, the only person on board. The plane went down in a nearby business parking lot. The FAA says the plane hit several parked vehicles in the lot. Some of those vehicles caught fire. No one on the ground was hurt. There's no word yet on a cause of the crash. The FAA and NTSB are investigating. Church or football? A college athlete in Oregon says his coach forced him to choose between the two, and now he's fighting to stay on the team. For CNN, reporter Kimberly Eiton reports.
He asked me to choose between church and football. I said, Coach, I can't do that. I said, that's like asking me to choose between God or football.
A choice Vincent Johnson says wasn't easy to face, choosing church over the sport that brought him to PSU. A decision he didn't want to and says shouldn't have to make.
I just really want to play.
But he hasn't played in months, since the spring when he says he went to his coach with a problem. 4 services at his Milwaukee church, the World Mission Society Church of God, fell at the same time as football practice. Johnson claims his coach would only allow some of the absences.
There's a lot of people that miss practice due to if they have academics or anything like that. So it could have been arranged.
He's filed a complaint with the university, which is still under investigation.
We reported it to our Global Diversity and Inclusion Office and immediately began an investigation. And in the meantime, we've made the student aware that their tuition and their scholarship is safe and secure.
For that, Johnson says he's grateful.
That was a blessing right there.
His primary focus still on finishing school, but also hoping to get back on the field.
I just want to finish my college career.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.